Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DCUO Sourcecast in my radio voice. I'm, of course, Trex, and alongside me this evening we have Super Patriot.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
It's radio!
What the hell are we doing?
We've been off for 2 weeks. I'm still on X-Men high, so I don't know what to tell you.
I have not seen it yet. I'm probably going to go see it tomorrow, though.
Okay. And then at the same time, like, the number one movie this weekend, I'm already predicting it, The Lonely Island's Pop Star, happening this weekend. It's going to be the number one movie of the weekend, number one movie in America. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to beat Turtles down like the redheaded stepchild that it belongs to be. So that's my prediction. So, yes.
He's going to outdo the TMNT movie, huh?
I hope so. I'm only seeing it because I'm only seeing TMNT because it's Stephen Amell's there. And
I think nothing against Stephen Amell, but I think we may have seen his best parts in the trailers.
Yeah, dude, I'm afraid of that too.
Absolutely nothing against the guy, but I mean,
and I know we're of course going off traffic, but that's what we do. I have to say it was pretty cool because when the first teaser trailer happened, it was like a 30-second teaser to the trailer. First off, I hate those, but I tweeted it and I tagged Stephen Amell on Facebook. It's like, so I get 30 seconds of a teaser to the trailer, and I don't even get any Stephen Amell action. And he replies, he's like, 23 seconds. I'm like, what? Go to 23 seconds. He's right there skating between the cars with Rocksteady or Bebop chasing him. I'm like, my bad. I'm so sorry, Stephen Amell. My apologies, sir. But it was like, this is the fact that he replied. I got starstruck. I'm like, it's Stephen. Oh my god. Okay. So, I hope everyone's had a good 2 weeks off. I had a promo I had to do last week. So luckily there's no more promos. More promos throughout my tenure of the show. So, we're going straight into all the episodes now. So, Brittany will be joining us a little later. She is right now in Darkside Elite in the War Factory. She's in the War Factory Elite. So, everyone on your side of the screens, just, give a nice round of applause and good luck to her as she plays it and not streaming it because haters are hate.
Because this kind of shit ain't going to fly, though, when I'm running the show. That's all I'm going to say.
He demands on time. On time. Which I should really need that too, but whatever. I'm loosey goosey. I'm okay. I'm a loose guy.
Yeah, but you're like fantasy whipped by her, so it's not like you're gonna do anything about it.
That's he's not lying. He's not lying. It's now that I'm gonna step away from the show, I think it's gonna bring more close time with me and Brittany, on a professional, private level. So because we work together, and I don't like to mix feelings with work because I'm a professional. But now that I'm leaving, it's gonna go all downhill now. Just straight downhill.
Correct. Stop.
I mean, I can filibuster this. I can do it. I learned what filibustering is. I just finished the binge of The West Wing maybe an hour ago. So I'm all political in. Let's do this. Just I'm all here. But tonight we're going to go over what's been going on for the past couple of weeks for DCUO, and we're going to talk about the video, the stream that they had last week, talking about the cosmic material coloring, and we also are going to talk about a thread that's been that survived longer than any of us expected, which we're not sure if it really should have, but whatever.
To be completely honest, I'm having a hard time finding that thread.
Yeah,
I gotten nuked.
I'm thinking it got nuked too. Let's. What was the title of again? Nerf
Darkside War Factory or something like that. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put Nerf and search titles only. Because this search function on the forums, guys, it's good. It's real good. Even though it's really slow. So, Soups, how have you been doing?
I've been doing all right. Me and Lee, that we've gotten Gotten Darkside War Factory down to pretty much of a T. Of course, freaking Crappy jinxed us one night. We went in there, first boss, done. Second boss, done. We're heading up and all that. You're clearing out the hallways, heading in there to go face Darkseid. What does Crappy do? Did we just beat the first two bosses without wiping?
God damn it. Come on. That's like me level stuff that he just pulled.
But I mean, it wasn't just like we did it without wiping. We did it without anybody dying. Both bosses, both the first and second bosses, nobody died. It was like a near perfect run, and then we get up we're heading up to the last boss. Hey, has nobody died yet? 20 minutes later, we beat Darkseid, but it was just like, God damn it, Crappy.
Oh,
I
found it.
He's trying to deflect it the whole time. Did you?
Yeah, it's on page 3. But we'll get into that in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Because wow, but come on, Crappy. Like don't pull a me.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir? But so you guys have now officially beaten normal, right? You guys got that on farm?
We haven't tried to go in there and beat Elite yet. At least I haven't yet. I'm sure there may have been a member or two that's tried to plug into Elite. I don't know if they have or not. But yeah.
Now I know with that it's because I saw some things on Facebook, and then you tweeted a picture with the Mobius chair. Which I was like, because I saw the picture on Facebook first, I'm like, what the hell? The Mobius chair's in the game now? Why have I not seen that before?
That was not your reaction, sir. That was not your reaction to that pic that I showed you.
No.
Your reaction was, where does that drop?
Okay, hold on. For clarity's sakes, I did type in all caps. But that was because my caps lock button was on because I'm doing a project and I need to type in caps. But the excitement was there because I just thought it was like something like beforehand I missed like in the duo or something. But then Soups tells me it's like it's the collection in
it's from the investigation.
And it's the investigations from Darkside War Factory. And of course I'm like, I need to go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody who's So pretty much you go in there, you beat that, you get the investigation done, you get that Mobius chair, and anybody who has placed a throne in any of their layers has replaced it. Now.
Pretty much
with the Mobius chair, because it is badass. It's rather large. It's rather large, but it is badass.
It floats, doesn't it?
It does not actually sit on the ground. Actually,
this is where I officially declare we need a sit emote.
Yes, that was exactly the same couple of guys had in my league. So they were like, "Man, it's too bad you can't sit in that." And I was like, "Dude, it'd be perfect."
It needs to be,
but it's got a lip out in front where you can stand, so it looks like you're standing in front of the chair.
Yeah, it's Metron's chair, yeah. And yeah, and you know what? I would have, if I can't get a sit emote, then they need to change it to where it's an interactable, where it makes you sit. And you have to hold your hands in that triangle form like Metron does. Like everyone who sits in that chair always puts their hands in that form, and that's how you need to look. And I would just sit there in my base. Hours on end. You ready to go? Wait. I'm in my chair. Let me think it over. Let me look into the future and see how we're gonna. Oh, we're gonna wipe.
Exactly. Yeah. So, wait, no, I'm going to crash at that moment.
All right. And it's cool too because I've been a couple of weeks behind on my comic books, so I just finished Justice League issue 50. That was the book that led into DC's Rebirth. And yes, exactly, Green Lantern. It should have blood on it, just like in JLA 50, because I already knew what happened in Rebirth. And so when I read Justice League 50, I'm like, oh, this was actually covered in the Rebirth book that I read about. And then here comes the last page. It's just the Mobius chair on the moon with blood and dust.
Well, you see, my Mobius chair does have blood on it because I kicked Batman out of it.
You mean Owlman? Ooh. But wait, what Taylor Swift heart thing? I don't know.
You know how everybody does the little heart thing with their hands?
Oh yeah.
The little heart shaped thing? Yeah. That's what yours would be doing instead. If you were sitting on the Mobius chair, is what you're saying.
I'm definitely a Care Bear. Hi. It's like, hi, how's it going?
Jeez.
My couple weeks have been pretty good. I'm actually started a he gives 0 Fs. I've been pretty busy actually. I just started a new project for my friend. He's doing the sing-along panel at DragonCon in August. And he asked me if I could go, if he could send me videos and I would actually type in the words, the lyrics, so they can do the sing-along. And he asked me, he's like, how long is it going to take? I'm like, 77 songs. You know what? 4 weeks. I can do 4 weeks. But he sent it to me now, so I have longer than 4 weeks. And thank God I do, because I started I started one song on Monday on my day off. I spent all day working on it, and I am almost done with it, and it's now Friday. It's like 1 week for one song, and it's just been a nightmare. It's like I've been busy. I'm learning new things. I'm putting a freaking bouncy ball to it. It's great, and it's hellacious at the same time. So I'm really happy I finished the Black Ember series when I did, because right now I'm not playing any video games, like none, because I'm just so focused on this project right now. So but other than that, X-Men was amazing. Don't listen to the critics; it was great. And that's really I've just been busy, just doing stuff. Yeah. Hopefully I can get to play DCUO this weekend, because I really need to get into Darkside War Factory. And you know what? I'm going to talk shit because Brittany's not here. So Brittany was nice enough to send me an item. She tells me, it's like, hey Trex, get on your character. You have some mail. You have 30 days to get on your character and get some mail. I'm like, oh, neat, okay. So I log on the PC, log on Trex Rage. I'm like, oh, well, Brittany, there's no mail. She's like, oh, I sent it to Trexlight, your PlayStation tune. I'm like, you sent it to a character I don't play on a platform I don't play? And then Suits comes in.
Not to mention the fact that it's a free account, so he can't even receive mail from other people on it.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. So it is official that I am no longer the company man of DCUO. That title has been gone from me. I cannot push you guys to spend money on the game anymore, because Brittany just became the company lady in a whole nother level. For the fact that in order for me to get this item that I don't know what it is because she won't tell me, I have to spend at least $5 on PlayStation. Again, I don't play on PlayStation. I have one character and I already have an Ice character, so I'm not going to play that character again. I have to spend $5 just to open mail for an item I don't know what it is. But she knows I'm really going to like it, but I don't know what it is. She has upstaged me, ladies and gentlemen. Upstaged me. She is Brittany, the company lady. That's how it's going to work.
She really didn't tell you what it was?
She didn't. No, she won't.
That's going to bother me. Because I don't know if, because I remember when you got on that tune and we were, power leveling you up on that tune. Mm-hmm. I tried to, give you, some gear that dropped in there that you hadn't needed on because for some reason you weren't needing on gear. And I always agreed on gear. I agreed on everything. So I had gotten it. I tried trading it to you. I couldn't trade it to you because you were free. And then I tried mailing it to you, having forgotten that, I couldn't mail it, and I never got that stuff back.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be there when you actually, if you do drop $5 to make that Toon Premium.
Oh my God.
Or not. I hope it's not something like freaking huge. I hope she didn't mail you one of those Mobius chairs or something.
Oh my God. I swear to God.
I'm laugh if she mailed you a Mobius chair and you can't get it. And it's not there in the mail when you drop $5 to make that Toon Premium.
Okay, you're gonna have to talk for a little bit so I can go into PlayStation real fast. Because this needs to happen now. Because Green Lantern saying she's like, oh yeah, it's a cosmic material, and now I'm like, oh my God, she wouldn't. And then you're saying Mobius shares, like, oh my God, these are things I really want. It's like Christmas, and now I have the fear of when I'm just gonna have this mailbox full of everything you've sent me. Just this whole big spam folder.
Well, it's not like it wasn't like a lot of emails. It was just like 3 or 4 maybe tops. I may have sent you.
Hope I can afford $5.
$5, really?
Trex is poor. Trex is so poor.
God, Trex.
Leave me alone.
Michael Grid says to check your tips.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I definitely changed it from donations to tips because it was something I've always wanted to do anyways. But it was the mindset of the fact that, like, you know what, I'm not a charity, so I don't need donations. But if someone wants to tip me money for doing something I don't get paid for, that would be really awesome. Logistics.
Yeah.
And now I hope my DCUO is actually up to date. It should be. It keeps updating. So anyways, last week, thank you, Grid. Grid's so awesome. Actually, I'm now remembering that PayPal takes like a couple of cents away.
Green Lantern says get a booster bundle.
So last week, the DCO had a sneak stream, a ninja stream, looking at the cosmic material, where now we can change the color. Soups, can you go further into it?
Yeah, basically what they did was they figured out how the cosmic material you can do the shading. Everybody knows the cosmic skin that's available on the marketplace you can buy. You can change the tint of the shading of the color of the cosmic skin. Various colors and all that. Like blue, a very light blue, or a dark blue, or even a very deep red and all that. Made it look even cooler, right? So with the cosmic material, they figured out how you could do that with the cosmic material. So not only can you shade your cosmic skin, but now you can shade the cosmic material to other colors other than the purple that originally came out in. So like you could basically as they showed in the stream, you can put the cosmic material on your back style if you've got wings and all that. You can have these gold wings and all that, and if you have cosmic hair and all that, you could make it look like it's tinted red and everything. It's really cool, a really nice feature for them to figure out and add on to that cosmic material. And boy, did the price on the broker for the cosmic materials jump up after that.
Okay, so I logged on the PlayStation, and apparently I am actually premium. I guess I did spend $5 down the line somewhere.
Oh, so you do have... Oh, okay. So what'd she send you?
Okay, so who wants to guess what she sent me?
I'm actually guessing probably a health 8 plan.
A health 8 plan. First off, I'm pretty sure I will beat her for it. But sure enough, you're right. She sent me the Mobius chair.
Oh, did she really?
She really did.
Well, she probably figured you were never going to get through Darkside War Factory.
Son of a whore, come on! I just gotta get through to get the investigations. Doesn't mean I have to complete the instance.
You have to get past the first 2 bosses, though, man. Depending on the combination, man, those first 2 bosses are harder than Darkseid.
And oh my god.
What?
Okay, so let me tell you this. This is what we're doing for the episode 200. Whoever Waka is, I have to shout this out. Yo, Trex, SP, and Brittany. Waka here from New Zealand on the EUPS side, and I see the DCUO Sourcecast episode 200 is coming. So I'd like to give you these auras for that episode to give away or to do whatever. Give us a shout out to the Vicious Grins, Neon Blitz, Death Isle, Malicious, Roan Rage, Azure Necromancy, Insaney, and Baba Ray Ray. That will be awesome. Many thanks. Keep it up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a green Nimbus, yellow Nimbus, orange Nimbus, purple Radiant, orange Smoke. This is insane. What is it? Blue Smoke, pink Smoke, purple Smoke, blue Smoke, blue Smoke. Just...
Damn.
And wait, there's more. This is the last stuff. If I can actually switch to it, come on, there. Purple Smoke, orange Smoke, yellow Smoke, green Nimbus, and pink Smoke. I have so many auras. Waka, thank you so much, man.
Dude, it's a good thing you dropped $5 on that tune, man.
Me too. Holy crap. Yeah, so Grid will be handling the as my aura manager, as he just self-proclaimed himself.
Okay. Yeah.
So Waka, if you're listening, dude, thank you so much for this. We are definitely going to get these out in episode 200, and you and your league mates and your friends, thank you guys so much for these donations. This is beyond expectation, and when Brittany gets here, I, of course, will thank her for the Mobius chair that now I have to mail to, the right character. Thanks for that.
Man, to think, I was just going to get you swatted for the 200th episode.
Yeah, I would have beaten the out of you. Yeah, let me type up I'm going to type his name, and I hope he doesn't mind. That's the character name that he sent everything. So if you guys are on PlayStation or if you're an EU player, WKA, if you see Waka in game, please give him a huge internet hug. And I appreciate all the auras that him and his friends sent, and they are going to be going to a great cause for all you players who have supported the show for episode 200. This is probably better than what Meps could ever give us. So I'm going to need Meps to step it up if he's going to do anything. He needs to do something. Step it up, Meps. Step it up. So all right, so. The colors for the cosmic material. Sorry, I had to sidetrack. So, pretty cool, pretty awesome. Now they also did state that the bug that's going on with the cosmic materials, where it's over.
The cosmic materials is the cosmic skin.
And the cosmic skin is like changing like a different color.
Yeah, it's like because like my quantum tune has that quantum skin. I've had it on him since the quantum skin came out, and. My quantum tune. I mean, when I look at the character select, is like, sometimes he looks normal, but sometimes it's just like I tinted it all white, So it's like a real bright white. But then like in game, like the whole body is like a bright white, and the head is red.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really. I'm like, oh my god. I'm not changing it, though, because I know they're going to fix it, so... Yeah, I'm just like, Jesus, that does not look right.
Yeah. So that bug is still being investigated, so that's still a thing. Also, speaking of bugs, I want to make sure I point this out, because it was sent to me on Twitter. There was a player that got the error message 0x0121. He's a console player on Xbox. And apparently, he also got it on PlayStation as well. So if you guys experience error 0x0121, please go to the forums into the Arkham Asylum section and post that you got this error. Describe what you were doing in game when it was happening, every available information that you have can help investigate this bug, because this is, especially from my eyes, I've never seen this bug, that bug number before. I've seen other ones like the authentication error for there was a 6 in it or something, but I've always seen the one on the forums and social media, but this one's kind of new. So any information you guys have with error code 0x0121, please post on the forums so the devs know more, can investigate it further to figure out what's going on. Because we want all the players to play the game as easy, technically as, stressless as possible. But errors happen. When the errors do occur, it's best to describe what's going on, like a car accident. If you get hit by a car, write down a license plate and get the car description and everything. It helps. As a hit and run person that got hit and run, this is information I have used.
Another thing too, another bug that was going on for everybody out there who routinely, at least once a week, walks into Paradox Wave to get that, it's like quick gear for salvage, try and complete one of the Trace's styles out, or looking for lair items and everything. And everybody would occasionally, for some people it happened all the time. For me, it only happened like once or twice. But occasionally, everybody would automatically get disconnected whenever they try to walk out, or if they were opening up the monthly reward box. That's when it normally happened with me. You can thank Michael Grid for them finally doing a temporary fix to that issue by them removing the walk-in portal for Paradox Wave. Because apparently Grid walked in here the other day and got a continuous loot select box. He was telling me, and as he's talking about here in the chat, where he just was constantly getting loot. It's just like never-ending loot boxes, until he disconnected. So, being the good guy that Grid is, though, he let Meps know about it. Know that he ran into the issue and everything like that. So, thanks to Grid, they have closed that portal down. So now everybody out there, you're gonna have to help some low beasts get some EO feats. You have to queue up for it. Sorry.
That's sad. But Grid actually go in there and kill things to get the loot boxes, or did he just walk in all of a sudden got a free box?
Yeah, he went, beat it, I guess, and just is like continuously got loot, group, the loot selection boxes.
It's like, all right, boss down. Look at loot. Cool. We'll loot. Go away. Stop it.
I think he said he got something like 15 marks total.
Grid, you can't solo Epic Odyssey. You're electricity. Silly Grid.
Well, it's Paradox Wave. It's a tier 5 raid. He's like 164. I mean,
he's still electricity.
Even with electricity, he should be able to.
No, don't get his hopes up.
Trex, your attitude towards it just smacks of jealousy because you can't do it.
Shut up. That ain't funny. Whatever, man. I don't want to be here anymore. Gonna go play some Overwatch or something.
Don't get banned.
I tell you what. So
I'd like to touch on that real quick here. It's like, they because I've been getting like some messages, and I've seen a couple of posts about speed hacking in PvP on the forums, and I know that the game has like a anti-cheat software in it to where it'll detect when people are using, things and all that. But from my understanding, it's not performing as well as it should. But yeah, for those of you guys out there and all that, pay attention to gaming news and all that. Overwatch recently went around and they did their first zero tolerance banning for people using cheat hacks or third-party software to make the game experience easier for themselves and all that. And I think it was like the report I heard, it was like 147,000 people just in China alone. And you were just looking at an article on Kotaku where they listed the names. They like put all their names out on blast on everybody they got banned.
Yeah, the final count of the people who got banned was 1,572, and all 1,572 players, their usernames from from Battle.net, their usernames were blasted.
Man, there's times I wish DC would do that.
I don't
really
know. I can see the good, and I can't really think of a bad at the moment. I lost it when I saw this list of names. But that does something that that shows that they are committed to cheating. Hey, you're a cheat. I mean, this is basically blacklisted. I mean, DCUO and a lot of forums from gaming companies, they have that rule in the TOS that you cannot blacklist a player. Because if someone was cheating, you can't go on the forums and say, "Oh, well, Super Patriot cheated such and such, blast him, and he sucks, and he cheated for this." You can't do that on the forums. But the fact that Blizzard basically was like, we had to ban some people, and here's this list.
Yeah, and these are the people we banned. Now shame them relentlessly.
And I can tell you this, and because I know we get back to DCUO, but for Overwatch, the players who did get banned, they deleted the game from their consoles or deleted the game, whatever, bought new copies of the game, and came back and played again. But they also got banned again as well.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah.
Idiots. Don't cheat. It's just I don't get people sometimes.
Yeah. All right. So there is a thread on the forums, on DCO forums, not Overwatch. There's a thread called "Nerf the New DWF Raid," which, by the way, all you really had to do was like nerf the new raid or nerf DWF. You kind of we get it. We know which raid you're talking about. You don't have to so emphasize. I'm sorry, English. So this thread started off with. It basically started off with the first post. Let's hear it, guys. You know it was hard. How many want it nerfed? We want a challenge. They gave it to us. So it was a post that this player was like, "Hey, look, we want a challenge. We got challenge. Don't cry for nerf." But we all know people are going to do it anyways. So here's an open forum for those people who wanted to do it.
Yeah, this guy basically what this guy did, all right, was he stirred the pot and then stepped back to see what came out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what this guy did with this thread. The fact that it lasted 108 pages, 2,100 posts.
Started on May 19th.
It's just staggering that it lasted that long, considering the context and the way it was started. Now, I will be the first to admit that when me and my league got together, we jumped in. We had high hopes, but we didn't go in there with high expectations. All right, we went in there knowing that the devs had come out and said it was going to be a difficult raid and all that. They didn't want to hear any complaints about one shots from Omega Beams because Omega Beams are supposed to one shot you, and they didn't want to hear any complaints about difficulty. And I have absolutely zero complaints about the difficulty with this raid. It's difficult, absolutely. Took us a while to get in there and beat it, but we did, and I'm glad that it was. I'm glad that it was difficult. I'm glad that it was a challenge. So, anybody out there who believes this raid needs to be nerfed because it's too difficult for the casual player or for newer players, this DCUO has been available on Xbox One for a month now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been available on Xbox One for a month now. There is a league on Xbox One that has beaten Darkseid War Factory. All right, they they're about all max CR, about 166, 167, all of them, and they have an average. I looked them all up on DCUO blog guide, and I looked them all up. They have maybe an average 116 skill points between all of them. I think the highest skill points that was on one of the people that was in that group that beat it was 123, and the lowest was like around 111.
Mm-hmm.
So for you guys out there, for you, especially you, some of you so-called veteran players who have been playing this game for a long time, all right, there's people out there with probably half as many skill points as you that have beaten this raid. The league is called MI6 on Xbox One. I believe it's on their U.S. server. Yeah, on their US
Yeah, because I'm telling you now, a U.S. team would not be called MI6 unless they're like huge James Bond fans. That is definitely
it's a U.S. Be positive, it's a U.S. league.
Well, I like James Bond too.
but yeah, I mean they've got like I said, about 116 average skill points between the eight people who are in there. 166, 167 CR. I mean, they beat it. They beat it legit. Yeah, MI6. Look them up on DCUO blog guide.
Surfside 6. Who lives there? Surfside 6. You
so, the raid's difficult, but it's not unbeatable, and especially not unbeatable by people who communicate and work well together. Is it pug friendly? Not really. Not really. Judging by some of the pugs that I've been in, I've tried. I've tried it with. No, I've had to go in and rescue a couple of runs for a league mate of mine, who sometimes he's not on during our prime time when there's a lot of people on. So he's been pugging a lot, and I can't. I think it's like 3 or 4 times now. I've logged on. He's like, SP. He's like, you come take this last boss? I'm like, yeah. And the beauty of the funny thing is, it comes down a lot to the tanks. It really does. With that, because you figure you go in there, there you got 2, depending on the combinations of bosses you have in there. It can be very difficult. I mean, like Stompa and Harriet, screw you. Calabac and Harriet, screw you. I don't like you at all. I never want to see you again. You're the reason. Stompa's the reason why I don't like doing. I didn't like doing Happiness Home, and had no problem whatsoever of buying the styles that I needed from those drops.
You hear that? He's dropping his Miller cans.
That was actually an empty monster can. But yeah, I couldn't stand it because, like, especially with Stompa, and this is something else I was going to talk about because another thread on here. There's a particular way you have to tank Stompa, and I've been running into I don't know how many people who have clearly never run or beaten Happiness Home before because they don't abide by the rules of how to, deal with Stompa in a boss fight. And it's just so freaking frustrating. But yeah, the drops. Now, the drops in that raid, I will say, it's a bit frustrating when you do that raid and you get nothing but greens. And I know the whole luck limiter thing out there, and there's people out there. I mean, I actually make sure that, I was okay, I didn't get a rare this time around, so I'll get a rare next time around. But then there's the guys in my league that have, like, run it multiple times, and they've got nothing but green gear. So yeah, the drops are frustrating, but nerf the raid. No, it doesn't need to be nerfed. It doesn't need to be nerfed at all.
I mean, I definitely found difficulty with the duo. Because, wow. And I will admit...
Catwoman's like... I was like, oh my, what the hell? What? The first time I was in there with that Catwoman fight, I was like, what the hell is this? No, stop, ow! I was like,
just run to the corners like, leave her alone, get her away from me.
I'm sorry. You can go.
just take what you want out of this place and leave, right? Just steal what you want. But yeah, and definitely, I mean, Brittany definitely carried me. She definitely carried me in that duo. But I mean, at least I learned more about those fights. And yeah, Catwoman just sucks. She was just nasty as hell. So I really did enjoy it. I really did.
Yeah, I mean, the duo's got some difficulty to it too, but it's definitely still fun. And I mean, I just don't get the whole. Sorry, I'm sneezing.
Oh, okay.
I muted the mic for your all's benefit. Yeah, I mean, we want it difficult. Everybody, you're all out there. So I mean, I just beat content, like first day is so lame. Well, now you got some content you couldn't beat the first day, and on the freaking forums crying about it. Make up your minds, people. Seriously, make up your minds. I hope they make more content like this. I want to see more difficult raids like this. I'm not saying more difficult than this, but I want to see, more raids that are difficult like this one. Because, I mean, this is what we've been needing for a while, man. It's what we've been needing for a while.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine how difficult the Elite is. I haven't stepped foot in there yet. And hopefully, if Brittany ever, if they ever beat it again, select for you my ass.
Such elitist. Those crazy kids.
I just sent her a message.
It's like, what's taking so long? You dying? Are you dead yet?
Yeah. I mean, that was like an hour ago when she told me they were in there.
New's probably screwing up again. Good old New.
Good old New. I like messing with New. Everybody out there doesn't know, me and New's mom got married a couple months ago. So,
gross.
If Yes knew about it, he's going to deny it, and he's going to be mad and probably cuss me out and everything. It's just because we're having that stepdad stepson rivalry thing going on right now because he's not happy that I'm sticking it to his mom. He's going to get over it eventually, I hope.
So colorful.
I mean, I've offered to put in sound padding, in our bedroom so he doesn't hear us at night.
Just take him out to a ball game. It fixes all broken kids.
Which for some reason he got even more upset at that. So yeah, I don't know. So you guys send New. You guys do me a favor and all that. You see New is online. It's N-U. Send him a tell, or send him an email if you're on the villain side. And just tell him and say, look, Super Page is trying. I'm not trying to replace his father. All right. First of all, tell him that I'm not trying to replace his dad. I'm not trying to be his dad. I would just like to be his friend. All right. If y'all would do that for me, I would really appreciate it.
I think I might do that.
No, me and New's mom got married, Grid, a couple months ago.
Oh, wow. Speaking of relationships, I can't. Out of privacy, I'm not going to say their names. But two members of the Galactic Goonies, formerly the Revengeancers, those crazy people who got us the unicorn trinket, love them. Two members of the Galactic Goonies just welcomed their a brand new baby girl this week. So I wish I could say their names, but out of respect to their privacy. Yeah, and apparently I was told that the baby is already smarter than most of the members of Galactic Goonies.
That can only be a hoped for thing.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Brensky, yeah, technically I'm new stepdad now. if you could just send him a tell, or write him an email in game and just tell him that I'm not trying to replace his father or be his father. I just want to be his friend.
There's gonna be so many new listeners. Just start messaging this guy. This is gonna be too much. And if you do send an email, please screen capture it.
Oh, please screen cap it and tweet it to me at the Daddy's House on Twitter. Please. Please, I will love you forever.
Oh man! All right, so
for all of you out there who couldn't see me, all right, I was sitting here with the evilest of grins right now, just now. Yeah, Grid. Yeah, I knew that. I try not to judge. I try not to judge other people in their professions.
So, Super Patriot wanted to. God damn Green. So, Soups wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about tank tragedies. He just released a video. I haven't seen it because it's about tanking, and, well, as many people has already seen, I can already tank pretty well. I mean, I am the number 8 rage tank in the game, so, But Soups want to talk a little bit about tanking in different aspects. So, Soups, it's all yours.
Well, the thing I wanted to speak about most specifically is, like, to help a lot of folks out there is the boss Stompa, right? Because there's actually a thread on here on the forums that's more directly related to HH. And it is titled, coincidentally, Tanking Stompa. So, there's some, good input in here and all that, and there's some good tags in here, and I don't disagree with most of them. I know Carlin Carnage, she left a comment on there. She's a good fire tank on the villain side. And she states a way on how she tanks her and everything like that. But in Happiness Home and especially in Darkside War Factory, the best way to tank oh my god. Oh, no, go ahead. No, definitely send that to him. Definitely send that one to him. I mean, the best way to tank Stompa, all right, is, I mean, seriously, I cannot stress this enough. When Stompa comes out or when the fight starts and all that, nobody else can touch Stompa until the tank gets her trapped in. All right. And normally, that when you try, and trap her in. This is the same thing with like pillar tanking that was done in Paradox Wave. You would get the boss stuck, not stuck, but you would, as a tank, you would trap the boss into a spot where they couldn't get out to jump around and especially stomp all over everybody's heads. So there's a couple of areas. There's a couple of spots in the very first room in Darkside War Factory where you can do it. There's a much easier spot to do it in the second boss fight area where you can do it. But yeah, you want to pin her against the wall with her back to the wall. All right, and wait until the tank gets her in that spot. Wait until the tank gets her in that spot before you do anything. Yeah, brick would definitely help. Yeah, if you've got like a sidekick, or you've got backup and everything, definitely call them out to help you out. Though that will help you keep her stuck in there. But I cannot stress this enough for everybody else in the group. Do not do anything to her until that tank gets her trapped in there. All right, not until she is stuck and she's not going to go anywhere. And then I cannot stress this enough either. You got to max Ranger. You got to max Ranger, because if you don't and all that, she will jump out. All right, she only jumps out at people that are nearby. All right, she won't jump from one side of the room to the other. So yeah, please make sure, disseminate that information out to everybody else. All right, trap her against the wall, let the tank trap her, and then max Ranger from there. That's what you need to do. And I'm checking my Twitter right now. I'm not seeing anybody.
You can't hear me, Greg, because I have my mic muted because I was typing a lot.
Whoever that was told me to check my Twitter. Who was that told me to check my Twitter? Unkind Soul Saver. Yeah, I have not gotten anything on my Twitter yet.
Yeah, I still haven't even gone in Happiness Home yet.
You should do that.
I don't wanna, and it's not a dryer; it's just a computer fan.
But seriously, the way these bosses act in Darkseid War Factory, especially Stompa and Lashina, that we're used to from seeing Happiness Home, they don't tank. They have the exact same mechanics to them and everything. Although Lashina's tank killer attack that she does, it does not hit as hard as it does in Happiness Home when you were playing at that level. We figured that out the other night. But Steppenwolf, easy to tank boss. Very easy to tank boss, especially if you know how to work the counter system. And then Bad Harriet, there's almost like no tanking her. The best way to tank her in there is for everybody to stay off to the sides, keep a path between the two tanks cleared in the middle, and she goes to whoever's furthest away. So long as you guys are on the outside, but not on the outside, but not, further away from the tank that she's at, she'll go to the other tank, and she'll just, go in back and forth in between those two. Mantis is very easy to tank. He'll usually stay on top of you while you're tanking him. He does, on occasion, jump out. He will jump over to somebody, jump over the area, and he'll do a one-shot tag, but it's very telegraphed. And very telegraphed and all that. You got to get away from him so he doesn't hit you with that. And then, of course, avoid his fires whenever, it gets harder. But yeah, they're all pretty easy bosses to tank, so long as you know what you're doing and everybody else in the group knows what needs to be done with them.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm not logged on to the PS4 just yet. Hold on, I'll go look.
So a little bit of news as well from DCUO. It was announced on Twitter, on DCUO's Twitter, that the summer event should be happening in late June. So we should be seeing the summer event coming basically almost at the beginning of the summer.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I'm not gonna. We can't tell you. I
remember. Okay, yeah.
We've had a sneak peek at some of the new layer items.
Giggity.
Can't tell you what they are, but you're gonna love them.
You will. You certainly will.
Love them.
And I'm sorry, we don't have a date for water. I'm pretty thirsty for it. Soups is thirsty for it. We don't have any information on water at the moment. Now, at the same time, DCUO has been very quiet these past couple of weeks.
Oh, for those of you guys who don't know who El Guapo is in the chat, that's Mr. E.
He's my biggest fan.
So he says do a tell. He's like, hey man, I know it's a hard thing to deal with when your mom starts dating. And News instant reply to him is like, oh my god, tell him to die.
He's getting so many messages.
And then he tells New, just know SP isn't trying to replace your dad. Oh man. Oh, I love you, E.
I love our community. So we don't have any date for water just yet, but we are coming into the summer. You would think it'd be the perfect time coming into it now, but DCUO, the devs have been very quiet these past couple of weeks. The stream we had last week talking about the cosmic material color changes was cool, but I mean they have been very quiet. They've been working super hard on content, on bug fixes, on everything. So hopefully we should hear something probably next week. Now Meps also stated today on the forums that episode 25 was planned to hit the test server tonight, but they ran into an error. So episode 25 on the test server will be coming out sometime next week. You can't blame me for water not being out. You can't. I mean, if I want water to be out, all right. Africa is in a bad drought right now, and they need water. Basically. And you know what? This is why I really wish I was at the Austin studio, because I would definitely just have bring in like a pet cage and with a sign that says Sports Cage locked in here and write down how many days he's been in.
Yeah, I know. That poor guy.
Like let's bring this up. So yes, episode 25 is going to be the solo and a new alert. And if I remember correctly, the alert is part 2. Is the alert the part 2 of Harley Heist, or is it the solo?
Well, I believe the solo is part 2 of it.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It's a smaller content. Yeah, that's right. Man, it's been so long since we actually had that live stream. I forgot what episode 25 had.
Well, I know we're getting that solo, and that's the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the alert?
I can't remember what the alert is.
Does chat know what the alert was?
Remember. Yeah. What was the alert, chat?
Was it? It wasn't starting Amazon Fury. We haven't started that yet.
Oh, wait. Or what was it?
The new alert.
I don't think, the new alert. Thanks, guys. A new alert. Let's see here.
Was it City of Candor, or was that the raid for episode 26?
Yes, it was. We are going inside the City of Candor.
Okay.
Yes, inside the City of Candor.
Well, that's right. Episode 26, they said it was part 3 in the finale of the Harley storyline, but the raid for 26 they didn't say because they're keeping it tight-lipped. That's right. Yeah. Good job, Soul Saver. Good job. So yeah, we're going into the Ball City of Candor for the alert, which is also the Elite alert, so that means that I can do it, even though I still haven't actually beaten Phantom Zone Elite.
On Trex.
What?
Get on the game and play it, man.
I am casual, sir. I am casual. I don't have time for these things. That's right. I am casual. I am the casual player.
Yeah, we do know Wayne Manor is coming. I don't know if that's a duo or what that is. I'm looking forward to it.
Lantern's saying that Kandak is the alert and Kondak is the alert and Kandor is the raid.
I'm firing this preview stream replay.
There you go. And I just want to say that, hi, my name is Trex, and for the while now, I have switched from being a hardcore player into a casual. What does casual mean? Well, casual means that I get to enjoy the game just for fun. I'm here for certain things, but it doesn't mean I'm actually here for a strict schedule. And I am here tonight to ask for your vote to be the president of the casual gamers of DCUO. I believe that the casual party is the best party of DCUO. The hardcore party wants to set you down with rules, with regulations, with elitism. We here in the casual party don't believe in that. And I want your vote, because I want to be president. Again, I have been watching a lot of West Wing, so I have been really political these past couple of weeks. Trex the burn. Okay, so yeah, so Catmon's saying that the Kondak and Wayne Manor are 26. But that sounds about right, because I remember that, because 26 does have that duo. So Soups is going through the video footage.
Hold on a second.
Here's Raph. Given how society is voting these days, you didn't insult enough devs to get any votes. Okay, that's pretty true. Yeah. Oh, Catmon, dude, what the hell, man? That's not nice. I can't even repeat what you said. That's so wrong. So, Soups is checking our researcher. He's verifying. So as he's doing that, I'm going to do a dance. So really fast, if anybody out there, especially the new listeners, if you guys have any questions about the game or anything, just shoot them up in chat and we'll answer and do some cool stuff. Okay, Green Lantern saying Kondak is the alert. Okay, I'll believe it.
I believe Wayne Manor is going to be the duo, which is the third chapter of the Harley storyline.
That's right.
And the raid is the inner city of Kandor. Okay.
Terrific.
He's able to enlarge the city.
Green Lantern here. Is there any DC Rebirth styles you want to see in DCO? Do they change styles for Rebirth? I as much as I wish it, and I know it won't happen, because it really would introduce a whole bunch of other things I actually really want as well. I want Power Ring. I want Power Ring to be in. I want that. I honestly want that. The Green Lantern symbol on my eye. I really want that. I want that style. Episode 25 is going to be Iceberg Lounge Solo and the Kondak alert. We're going to Kondak.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
the Kondak alert's continuing the storyline.
Okay. And honestly, and to be honest, like the DC Rebirth, I'm not jumping on board with it. I'm picking up the Green Lantern books because I'm Green Lantern, and that's really it. I'm stopping with Flash because my favorite writers aren't writing it anymore. Green Lantern, I'm there because Robert Venditti is still writing it, so thank goodness. But yeah, the DC Rebirth is, thank God the Darkside War is over, because now I can actually officially stop with almost DC stuff. But that Darkside War was probably one of my favorite storylines. It took forever to get through, and I really wish I would have waited for an entire graphic novel. But yeah, I'm not. I think DC Rebirth did a fantastic job with how everything went, but it just did not sell me to the point that I'm want to get these Rebirth books. Like I said, I'm picking up the Green Lantern, but that's where I'm stopping because I'm on the Green Lantern hype train. That's where I am. I wish I would join Geek and Sundry. I don't know what I would do there, but I would if Felicia Day came up and hired me, I would take it. Definitely would.
I'm not seeing really that many differences in the costumes with the Rebirths. I mean, Wonder Woman's wearing more of like a Greek skirt, kind of like in Batman vs. Superman.
Well, thank goodness she's not wearing pants.
Than the hot pants she had on. Supergirl's gone back to more closely looking like the one from the TV show now, which I think is good. Who are these people? Now, Nightwing's got a cape now? What? Yeah, Nightwing's got a cape now. There's a Superwoman who has a white cape and a hood. Superboy is like Damian Wayne age.
Okay, that's the one thing I do like. I love Superboy's costume.
With like the hoodie.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty hoodie and the torn up jeans. I like that. The Batman costume does not look that different to me. Guys, I'm sorry. I mean, it's got the yellow outline across the bat emblem, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's like I said. I think the DC Rebirth has definitely hit its mark, and I think it's definitely going to do very well. Because even my friend who stopped reading DC, he picked up Rebirth, and he was like, "This is old school DC. They went back to their roots. This is definitely worth reading." And I'm like, "Well, it won you over. I guess I do need to read it, but I'm not going to." I just told him I would read it out of respect. I'm not going to do it. That's not going to happen. I mean, I read what I wanted. I got what I wanted to get from it when I saw a review on it, and in all the stuff that came from Rebirth, I got a lot of it from Justice League issue 50. Because again, I'm reading it. I'm like, wait, I knew about this. I knew about this. That's pretty cool. And how Power Ring became a Green Lantern, that actually like got me super excited. So I think it's definitely going to do really well. And even Flash issue 52 actually bothered me because it led up to this whole big thing. The Riddler has stopped. They defeated him, and then Flash is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for a run." The end. I'm like, "Oh, this wasn't even really like a tie-in to like next issue, Rebirth." So I was really the ending for Flash 52 was flat, just super flat. Green Lantern though was great. It ended, and even tying into Rebirth Green Lantern #1. So I'm definitely going in. But yeah, and the whole thing with Dr. Manhattan being there, it's like I blame Convergence a bit for this. I'll blame Convergence. So maybe something actually good came from it, and we'll have to see how the 2 years go to figure out why Dr. Manhattan's actually here. I can only cross my fingers.
Well,
and
from my understanding, from what I have heard, because some of this stuff got leaked out a while back. My understanding is, I know the Flashpoint story is basically what started the New 52.
Correct.
But from my understanding is Dr. Manhattan was the one who orchestrated all of it.
That's correct.
Because if you remember at the end of Watchmen, he was talking about, maybe, create some life himself, or something like along those lines. And so apparently he did that by manipulating the DC universe into what we had with the New 52, and now he's doing it again with Rebirth. That's what I understand, if I recall correctly from what I heard.
Still 10 years from the timeline to create New 52. That's right. So I can only really hope to see good things from Rebirth. I hope it really works out for DC. I know on my comic book store standpoint, like DC has already said they're going to refund all the books that don't sell. So just hearing those words like we'll refund the books, I'm like, for the ones that don't sell, like holy crap, they are really serious. They want this to work. So hopefully it works out. We can only really expect how Marvel's going to really handle on their side of the comic books with what. Oh man, it was a crazy week last week. Just crazy. Just oh my gosh, I'm still in awe. So that's really all I got, and apparently I guess Brittany's just gonna have to miss the show.
Well, I am actually just got a message from her. Hey, what's up, New? How you doing, buddy?
Oh my God! Who banned New?
That wasn't me, New. That wasn't me. I respect your opinions, all right, and your feelings. We're just waiting to see if Brittany comes in. We can find out what went wrong with this run. Apparently.
Oh my God! Yes. New did nothing wrong, Grid. My mods are drunk with power. Again. Everyone keeps telling me they're drunk with power, and I never see it until now.
Yeah. So, real quick here, I don't know if Brittany's coming or not, but speaking of, huge costume changes and changes to characters and everything, what are your opinions about the Hill Hydra reveal?
I kind of just went, what? And at first I'm like, nah, it's gotta be a twist or something. And Marvel came out and said like, no, this is on purpose. This is the same Steve Rogers, the same guy. He's been a Hydra agent since childhood. I'm like, okay, but Hydra wasn't around when he was a kid. This is weird.
Or was it?
I don't know. So I don't recap in America, so I kind of threw it away. But what made it better for me was all the memes. The
memes
gifs.
were hilarious. The memes were hilarious in the gifs. Did you see the one with Chris Evans from Age of Ultron? When that scene where he tore that one log in half.
Yeah, it's the comic book he ripped it up.
Somebody superimposed the comic book over. He fucking rips it. That was hilarious.
Chris Evans even came on Twitter and it was like, Hail Hydra, what?
He's like, say it isn't so.
But my favorite one is the Homer Simpson gif where he's backing into the bush and comes back out.
Well, he had a team cap. He had a team cap on, sign or shirt on. Goes into the bush, comes back out, says Team Iron Man on it.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny too. But I mean, if you pay attention to, you don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at all, do you?
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, they've been around for like centuries.
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the MCU though. It doesn't tie into the comics.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They've introduced Coulson. They've introduced the Black Nick Fury into the comics.
Well, the Black Nick Fury was actually before the Avengers.
No, I mean they've introduced it into the current continuity.
Oh yeah, that was a whole big thing with when they brought all the Marvel, when they brought the two universes together. Black Nick Fury kind of stayed. White Nick Fury is, I think he died. Can't remember. I know Bucky. I know Bucky took his place as the man on the wall. I can't remember if Nick. I think Nick did die from the Watcher during that whole thing. That was actually a pretty nice event.
Yeah. But this Boss Logic guy did I don't know if you saw this or not. Did an incredible Photoshop job.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Can I have that?
It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, here's my thing with it. All right, folks, all right. Nothing in comics is ever permanent.
No.
Okay. Superman doesn't stay dead. All right. Captain America or Steve Rogers eventually becomes Captain America again. Batman, is able to heal. Batman's spine heals to where he can get around full mobility that he had once before. And as I was listening to Kevin Smith's podcast, and he made a very good point. Comic books, they're all Act 2s. Every story you read in a comic book is Act 2. Even for like some of the oldest characters out there, all the Superman stuff that's going on right now, it's all Act 2. Because once you have an Act 3, then the story ends. So I personally, they say it's not a gimmick. They say it's not a ruse or anything. They say it's he's been a member since he was a kid. I kind of buy that, but then I kind of don't, only because there's so many different things that could be going on right now with it. I'm personally seeing a triple agent type thing, or a double agent type thing with this, or somebody mentioned earlier, Green Lantern mentioned earlier in the chat, Cosmic Cube. Cosmic Cube is a reality altering device, and
the Cosmic Cube right now actually isn't in play at the moment. It's
that we know of.
No, it's not. Because in comic books what's going on right now, and what led to Captain America #1 was the Avengers standoff event, and actually I picked up all those books because it was really awesome, and it was a good event that brought back Baron Zemo, brought back a lot of the villains too, like Grey Gargoyle. But it also then ended with Red Skull still having the mind of Charles Xavier, so he's still like a psychic, rebuilding Hydra. And so now we have Captain America #1 coming off of that. But I definitely stopped. Once I picked up those, I stopped because now we're in Civil War 2. Mm-hmm. And it's still in. Apparently, Tony Stark brought the registration back for the Inhumans, and I was like, "No, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it again. I'm done. I'm not doing this again. This is a horrible thing, Tony. Why did you forget?" No, of course you didn't, because you have brain damage to remove yourself from the first time you did it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just here. I'm here for the X-Men. That's all I'm here for reading from. I got my Green Lanterns. I got my X-Men. I'm good. I'm okay.
The good Hydra. Okay, Ryan.
There could be. They're the ones that is like, oh, we don't believe in the evil in the Red Skull. We have rainbows. Schnitzel.
Horrible German accent.
Shut up.
Bernie's on her way. She's setting her mic up.
Okay. She had to clear the tears off of the mic.
I don't know. All I know is, man, when I take over, this shit ain't gonna fly.
20% less Nazi. Yeah, you're right, Lurker. The Cosmic Cube did show up in Standoff as Cubic. The Cosmic Cube basically took the form of a little girl, and there was a little girl is the Cosmic Cube, so that's what caused this whole thing. But now she's with Bucky with the Thunderbolts. Yeah. And X-Men Apocalypse is a yay. Hey, Britt.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Britt.
Thanks.
He has been just all about that all
Sorry.
night. It's okay.
Sorry.
I first want to say thank you for the chair.
Were you able to get it?
Yeah, apparently I'm already premium on PlayStation, so I was like,
okay.
there's the mail, boom, cool.
Yay!
And also, you missed it. When I opened up my mail, I also got mail from a European player. Him and a bunch of his friends, I guess in his league, they sent like 3 mail attachments of nothing but smoke and auras and stuff.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like 15 auras to give away.
Hey, Britt, quick question.
Huh?
Quick question, then we'll get into how. Was New in the group?
Yeah.
Was he getting mad?
He had one little outburst, yes. Just one, though. I'm guessing you called it.
I was on here and I asked the stream. I announced to the stream that me and New's mom had gotten married about a month or so ago, and me and New were having some trouble getting along and all that. And I asked everybody out there, could you just please send New a tell or send him an email, just let him know I'm not trying to replace his dad. I just want to be his friend.
I told him to take him out to a baseball game. I mean, it works on TV.
Big.
Okay, so we're glad you're here, Britt. You've been gone for a while now. We were starting to get worried, and
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. It's okay. You're doing something very important. How did the run go?
It was alright, but if it makes you feel any better, I got nothing but green care.
That doesn't make me feel better.
That raid.
That bad?
No, it wasn't that bad. It's just frustrating when you go in there, you spend time in there, and then your reward is A marks, which I don't need, or green gear, which, yeah, you need the scraps, but it's green gear out of an elite raid. So, frustrating.
Yeah, it's I can definitely occur. I still think that the elite just needs to have purples, no greens, no blues.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if you, I don't know, it would be nice if you were like guaranteed something after. Oh, I don't know if they could put more bosses in there, or I guess it would kind of suck if it was just at the last boss. I don't know, but it just kind of sucks that there's a possibility of going in there and getting nothing but green. Like,
it would be better, in my opinion. It would be better at especially with the elite. You beat the last boss, you are guaranteed a rare drop.
Yeah.
And not 2 chests or 2 wastes. You get a choice of a waist or a back or a chest and or legs. I ran the regular one earlier today, and I got chest drops from it, which is like the 3rd and the 4th chest drops that I've gotten from it. I have yet to see the back or the waist.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird because like in elite, I have yet to see the elite waist, but in reg, I've only seen the elite or the regular waist drop once, and that's it. But I have multiples of everything else. It's like, why? Like, why? And I was thinking, like, even if from bosses, like, you don't get, like, you said eliminate greens from the loot, like, I would honestly just be happy if we got, like, an extra thing of scraps. Like, I would be fine with that because that would just mean that I wouldn't have to run, like, the duo as often or something like that.
I'll one up you, New, about, removing greens completely from the elite. I don't think greens belong in the raid to begin with.
Agreed.
In the normal to begin with, because I mean, you go into these raids to gear up or to to get better gear. So why are you getting subpar gear? You're getting lesser gear dropping in there than what you can get from the vendor or what you're already currently wearing. So it doesn't really make any sense to me.
Yeah.
That they're doing it like that.
Yeah.
I don't like greens
do not
either.
like it. Or if green gear did drop out of there, at least guarantee that you get 25 or more scraps from those drops. Like, I don't know, just something to make it feel like my time in there was worth something. I don't know. Like,
makes you feel any better. It's like, I got those 2 chests today. I got 6 scraps from each.
Yeah. Like,
And those are purples. I mean, come on.
I just wish that there was just something that made it feel like your time, like you didn't waste your time. And I understand, like, I know Mepsa says, well, you get marks out of there. But when you're at the cap and you've already purchased everything and you have nothing to spend your marks on, why am I going to pick the extra mark? So it says, and I'm capped on marks. I mean, I can go buy those matter enhancer things, but I have so many of those that I don't need anymore. I don't need any of the consumables or any of the catalysts. I mean, like, I don't need any of that. I have absolutely nothing to spend my marks on, and I would take the extra mark, but what am I going to do with it?
I mean, they definitely need another marked sync for folks, because I'm constantly capped too on my main, and it's so frustrating that so I guess I'll buy some more of the enhancers, to fuse scraps together, which I only have 1 freaking fused scrap right now for the Drenzium stuff, and I think I'm at 14 right now, working up towards getting another 100. So it's definitely very frustrating with the way the drops are, especially with the RNG for getting the scraps from the gear and everything, so you can make the gear because you're not getting the drops that you want. As it stands right now, I'm not say all the scraps that I currently have or I'm currently gaining. I couldn't even think of using them to craft the waist or the back from for like my DPS gear or even for my tank gear, simply because I've got to craft the reins here in a couple of months. And if I don't, and it's going to take me forever. If I craft the waist or the back, it's going to take me forever to get all those scraps up again, so I can craft just 1 ring.
Yeah.
Not to mention 2.
Like, I don't mind the crafting system. I just wish it was a little different.
Yeah, I mean, I get it's supposed to be an ulterior and not a faster way towards getting the gear, but at the same time, I mean, it's definitely not an ulterior method right now because it's not a plausible one.
Yeah.
But the way the scraps are.
Yeah. Well, like, if you're getting more scraps out of Elite, I don't see it as being that big of a deal because your ultimate goal would be to get that Elite gear.
Yeah.
And, like, I shouldn't say never. I did craft 1 thing on my alt. That was the first time I ever crafted something outside of an accessory because I couldn't get it to drop out of PV. But other than that, I don't craft, like, actual gear. I just craft the
shit. I had to run Blackest Night. I don't know how many times before I actually got a weapon box to drop for me in there. I crafted my first weapon, my first 136 weapon.
Yeah.
Crafted it. That's 1,200 freaking scraps.
I would have had to have done that on the villain side. I just didn't have enough scraps. But luckily, I got like 3 weapon boxes from BBS. Surprisingly.
But yeah, so I mean, they definitely take a look at that. I mean, so what combos did you guys end up getting in that?
Second boss was Stompa and Seven Wolf, and the first boss was Calabec and Lashina.
Oh, that's not too bad. Those combos aren't too bad. At least it wasn't like, Calabac and Harriet.
Right? That's the worst combination. Oh, wait. Let me list off 5 other combinations that are also the worst combination.
Well, I mean, if you go in there with a group, work how to deal with Stompa, that Stompa and Harriet can be pretty bad too. We were talking about how to tank Stompa earlier in the stream.
Yeah, she's much easier to tank in the second room because you have an easier way to body block her because you actually have like those invisible corners.
Right.
But yeah, the first room is a little more difficult to tank her just because you can't necessarily body block her, or I guess get her trapped. But it's still definitely doable.
Yeah. What would you? I mean, they're talking. Super Dave's asking about raising the mark cap up and everything, but instead of raising the mark cap up, what other things do you think they could come up with for a mark sync?
Base items, like some type of base item vendor, because they already have the style vendors. I would love a base item vendor, so that I could just buy I don't know. I mean, it doesn't even have to be new base items, just things that you could just buy. I can't even think right. Like, I would love to buy more aquariums. It would be awesome. Or plant type, any kind of like plant items that are in the game right now, like those bamboo things. I don't know. I would just be fine with a base item vendor that I could spend my marks in. Even if they were like 20 marks each. I mean, I could buy one base item, every day or something like that. It would be fine with me, but I would love a base item vendor.
Yeah.
Because I would definitely spend a bunch of my marks there.
Speaking of bamboo, did you hear about the seasonal event coming out end of this month?
Yeah, I saw it was either a tweet or a post on the forums or something. I don't know which one, but Mep said something about it coming out later. Yeah. Did they say, announce what was going to be in it? Oh,
no,
okay.
It says summer's coming at the end of June.
It's like, what's the new base items? What's the new aura? Somebody leaked it something.
Ooh, what is the new aura?
I don't know. Was it the first ever seasonal aura, the summer one with the Firefly?
Was Firefly summer last year? Or was it spring?
Firefly, I believe, was the spring.
Oh, it was spring?
Yeah, because Swamp Thing had it on this year.
Yeah.
I thought it was summer because of the.
What did summer have an aura?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah, I want to say the Firefly was a summer aura. Because I remember taking a screenshot with the new clothing items from summer. Pretty sure it was summer.
Well, Grid is appointed himself as Trex's aura manager, so what's the answer, Grid?
Right.
Come on, saying Firefly was the summer. Okay.
All right.
So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, could we also see water material for the summer?
Well, there's already a water skin.
It's very true.
That is only available during the seasonal event. So definitely make sure you guys grab that up because water is coming. When, we don't know. All we know is soon.
Soon. Well, that's going to be it for our episode tonight. Like I said,
thanks for showing up, Brett.
She got here for the important part.
No problem. I do what I can.
Seems isn't going to
She's not
tolerate
flying
it.
when I take over. She's not flying when I take over. That's all I'm saying.
So, like I said, it's just been 2 weeks of DCUO with no news. So that means that they have been working really hard on new content, on bugs. So we could expect to see something happening next week. Meps to say on the forums that they are looking. Like I said, they wanted to have episode 25 out tonight on the test server, but episode 25 will be on the test server sometime next week. So be prepared to look at that. And
Really?
yeah. Yep.
Hey, nice.
Yep, it will introduce a new solo and a new alert and the elite alert. So we just have to be patient. And yeah, actually it is basically June now. The May and the Xbox launch kind of messed up the timing of the episodes to come out like that first full week of the month. So I think we'll probably see this probably roughly maybe closer to the end of June or that second to last week or something. Probably closer to the last week of June, I reckon. But cross our fingers we can get these out in time. So, as usual, you can find us over on Facebook and the Twitter at this DCUO Sourcecast. Just type in, or you can type in the Sourcecast, and you should be able to find us. You can follow the videos all the VODs over on YouTube.com/Trexlight in the Sourcecast playlist. You can find all the audio over at Trexlight.com. You can also find us on iTunes. Just type in DCUO Sourcecast. If you guys have a question or suggestion for us on the show, email us at DCUOSourcecast@gmail.com. Soups, where can we find you?
You can, of course, find me at youtube.com/thedaddy'shouse. You can also find me on facebook.com/thedaddy'shouse, on the Twitter at thedaddy'shouse there, and occasionally streaming here on twitch.tv/thedaddy'shouse. Britt, where can we find you?
Find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Brittany, on Twitter at PinkRanger_206, and on Twitch at Brittany_Trex. Where can we find you?
You can find me over at facebook.com/Trexlight, over at youtube.com/Trexlight, over on Twitter at This Is Trex, and over here on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Trexlight. So thank you guys. Yeah, they're still. I might as well. Special shout out to SP and News Mom showing that love will always find a way. Props, dog. Said by Trex, but typed by NC Green Lantern. I just love that there's a family dynamic to this show. It brings a whole new demographic, and I do appreciate that. We will be back next week with hopefully some more news, and hopefully we'll be able to take a look at episode 25 from the PC test server. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. See you guys later.
No, your mom wants you to take the trash out.
Oh my God.